right. I think with that we can move to everyone else introducing themselves.
No,
after
it's my show. I didn't finish. I have another thing to say.
Say it.
I hate white sunflower seed. Don't buy any of our competitors.
There you go. Paid advertisement section is done. Let's get into the conversation. I don't know.
Let's start the recording from here.
Hi, my name's Declan. I am the person who has a mental illness when it comes to speakers. It's something I'm thoroughly obsessed about. I've gone through various paths with music production and all that kind of stuff, but this is, aside from making things music-wise, actually making the speakers. So if you see behind us here, we've got speakers which I've made by hand in Sharjah. Aside from the horns that were made in Poland by a guy who makes auto body parts. We've got a list of elves. They're called elves because they're extended low frequency, but I'm not going to go into it too much. But basically, we've got a bunch of speakers that I've made here, bunch of Sector speakers. We've got Danley, which is amazing, amazing technology. But I'm not going to even go into that right now because that will be a whole panel within itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone, and listening.
Everyone, give it a huge round of applause for the Sector team, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us today.
I think Declan missed like a main point. Declan is not one of the founders of Sector, but he has become one of the closest people in Sector because he's looking after the sound for us, and our chief sound engineer designing all of a shitload of things that we do, and Declan and I work really closely together to make a lot of this come together. So Declan's a super important part of the team.
Right.
And,
so you guys adopted him into the Sector family.
100%. Yeah.
He's been adopted forever. Cannot leave anymore.
Declan
Carol, your time is done, bro.
Declan adopted us. Declan adopted us, because he's a core member. Without him, nothing would happen,
Facts.
I got you. What would you introduce yourself?
I'm Bianca. Most of I'd say guest experience.
Okay.
Heavily on the door. So when we first started Sector, it's before I even DJ'd, I was managing the door. So I think all of you know we have a kind of a strict door policy. So yeah, kind of making sure that we have the right people inside, but also making sure that we treat people, welcome them. And I think a big part of Sector is obviously the community. Like the team see us at the door, they know us. It's super kind of close. It's really, really friendly. So managing the door, and just kind of, I would guess, I'd say mainly human interactions throughout the event, whether it's, now we have an awareness team, but before we didn't have an awareness team. So, making sure if you've lost your friend or you're overwhelmed, you're too drunk, you're lost, you need to go home, that you don't feel left alone. And I think also as a woman, it's tough going out here in Dubai. So I think for us, a big part of my role at Sector at least is making sure that people feel comfortable.
Love that. I've never seen an awareness team in an event in Dubai. This is the first
Oh,
time.
and I DJ, yeah.
Okay. Slide it in.
I know, so I DJ.
All right. What about you, Elisa? Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Elisa, or Dea when I DJ. I do kind of everything at Sector also, I guess. I do a lot. I mainly do all the creative direction, do all the Instagram, everything let's say everything that is the visual aspects of the event. So from the Instagram page to our flyers, to our animations, to then also the stage and how the production looks or how the chill out looks or let's say that I do a lot of kind of that, and then Bianca also kind of steps in with me when it comes to the event, the aspects of the event in the moment. We kind of take care of all this, how the stuff looks and how can we make it so Sector brand, and it's so recognizable, right? So what we do for the flyers is we have these 3D aspects and we have our colors, palettes and stuff like that, right? And we kind of transfer this creative direction to also the stage and all the lights, all of that. So
even the wristbands,
the wristbands? Everything is color corrected. Even our nails are kind of flyer inspired, tonight. So So we like to have this strong branding, and I guess I make sure that there is brand guidelines and we respect all of that. And
You are the brand guidelines.
I am the
Yeah,
brand
she is.
guidelines,
There we
yes.
go. That's
yeah.
what it is.
Including the door also
Yeah.
sometimes.
And also,
Yeah.
I
And
love what you
also
did
the-
with the Karak logo as well, putting it in the posters.
Yes,
That's
right?
Such an amazing
We made
job.
that the same,
She actually
exactly.
does do everything, just so you guys
Yes,
know.
all our
Um,
3D and stuff, yeah.
What about you, Julian? Introduce yourself.
I'm Julian, or Jew Lovett, and I am essentially, I guess, the guy who manages the production and the stages and the setup, along with Declan as well. Sorry about that, guys.
Fair.
Where we get? Oh, so yes, I do the
Production,
production. So the production concepts, the designs of the stages, the overall. In the early days, it was you know, me and Elisa, before Sector was Sector, it was just a house party. It started during COVID, and you know, I've worked in events for a long time. I've been a DJ for a long time, and I started in the 1990s, you know, doing illegal warehouse raves in the UK. So I'd managed nightclubs in London. I was a production manager at El Divino before. So like, doing events and underground music has always been, you know, a big part of my life for the last, you know, 25 years or so.
Right.
And then when Elisa and I started doing these house parties during COVID, oh, well, it wasn't even house parties. It was just me and Elisa because we
Right.
were all, you know, it was just me and Elisa. And
It
then
was
you had
your
the,
house party.
Yeah. But then the restrictions started to ease and you could have like a few people over and it was 5 or 10 or 20. But it was just me like plugging all the sound in, doing everything. And then we moved into venues and it was still a little bit of that. And we got some more gear from other people. And, you know, I was kind of the one who had the knowledge of how to plug everything in and get everything to work and,
Right, okay.
and make it work. How it's evolved over the years is now to kind of rely more on experienced people like Declan for things like that, where that frees me up to kind of manage the actual build or the conceptual side of how to create stages, how we're going to like actually place all the lights, the speakers, all these things.
Yeah.
And as well as kind of looking at the business side of it, I kind of take care a lot of the finance, and I'm quite good with numbers, so and Excel. I don't know why, but I love doing spreadsheets.
That's a
So-
flex. That's a flex, bro.
And Ableton, yeah, you know, as well. So yeah, I'm doing a lot in terms of production and also the business management side of stuff. I
Right.
think, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Beautiful. All right, moving on to. I'm joking. Carol, introduce yourself, bro.
So yeah, sunflower seeds. There's few type. No, my name is Kirill. Kirill Jean. Yeah, I'm actually just helping the guys. You know, like now currently, sometimes we're doing strategic sessions. I'm helping with some idea that I have. You know, when it comes to my corporate experience, sometimes I apply my corporate experience in order to have a deals with venues and everything.
Right.
I think in past few times, you know, like my involvement in Secta is less than before. My main role was, you know, finding new venues, breaking new deals, speaking with people. Speaking of with people is still my main job, but yeah, mainly supporting. You know, I'm covering the holes. You know, I see that, you know, guys need help there, and I'm there for them, you know, acting as, you know, this fun guy who's like, yeah, guys, everything is still fine, you know, don't worry. You know, I think I do that the best, you know. And
I think
That's
I'd
it.
add to that as well. Like, you've also worked a lot on like international stuff. So a lot of the showcases that we've done, all of them have been through Kirill. So we played in Uzbekistan, in Kazakhstan,
Wow.
in Jordan.
I mean,
he has good
we
connections.
didn't have much, you know. Yes, I'm speaking with people, you know, because I love speaking with people, you know. But yeah, maybe that's it.
Maybe you're here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, you
Great
know, like
introduction.
there, you know, this guy, you know, like
Just the
that,
guy.
you know. That's me, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And so, like, I mean, this is a question for all of you, I guess. How did you get started? Like, where did it begin from until this point, as brief as possible?
All right. So we spoke about the house parties earlier. That's
Yeah.
where Sector started, and
Yeah.
it was like 5, 10 people in the living room. And as the restrictions eased during COVID, we were allowed like 20 people, then 30 people, and 40 people.
Yeah.
And then the last house party we did in our house, which is in Elisa and mine's house, it was 200 people in the living room. And I just said, fucking, no way. This is so dangerous, and like people are going to get hurt, like people are just going crazy. Like we need to go to a venue.
It's either you have a really big house or very angry neighbors. like one of them.
Yeah, the neighbors were gone. They were fine. So, during one of these events, one of these house parties, I think there was like 20 of us there, 30 people, and Kirill I don't know how you even found out about our house party because we hadn't met at that stage.
No, so we
Right.
were,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
We-
And we had this back door that went into the garden, right? And we'd set the DJ booth up in front of the back door. And Elisa was DJing, and at some point during the night, someone just burst through the back door with about 20 people, and it was Kirill, almost knocked the DJ over. But the great thing was it was like another 20 people, and then all of a sudden there was like 40 or 50 people in the house, kind of no
Right.
one knew anyone, and it was just like, what the fuck's going on? But all of a sudden it became like a room with 20 people to a party, you know.
Alright.
And it was kind of like a very interesting point where it changed from that to something, okay, something's going on here.
Right.
And that's how we met Kirill. I didn't
Okay.
find out his name until the end of the night.
Came through your back
Or
door,
later on.
Like,
Yeah.
Fair.
And ever since then, me, Elisa, Bianca, and Kirill have been, the best friends, and we've been doing Sector together. And then very shortly after that, Declan came along as well. It's like our child, we all met, and then Declan arrived. you
he
know.
adopted you guys.
Yeah.
I was even doing the door at some point.
Yeah,
With these
exactly.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Very.
But that's essentially how we all met and came together, and
Yeah.
we just started doing events and parties together, and it's grown from there.
So, my question to you guys is: what is the core of Secta? Like, what is the niche you're targeting?
Well, we talked about community before with the other panelists, and I
100%.
think that's what Secta is about. Even from our story, even if it's just 5 of us, And, we say Secta collective, right? So the idea of a collective, of a community, that's what Secta has always been about since day one. And that's why also it started in our living room, like this lack of spaces. Even the guys talked about it before, like how Dubai can be so harsh, so dry, so hard. So especially for creatives, because we all creative people in different way, but we all creative. And we always felt the need of having spaces that really caters for us. And that's how, I guess, also we transfer these kind of values and these things to our community and the people that come through the door. And that's like the main feeling, and that's what Secta is about. Of course, it's about music. Of course, it's about techno, because also that's another part of the thing. There's no proper techno that hasn't been like what we've done before with techno, let's say, in Dubai. We are a label also and all of that, but that's music. And that's, of course, it's the whole thing, but I guess the most important part is that community feeling, that building of spaces and craft spaces that make people feel safe in it.
Right.
Safe to come and find friends, like come and find girlfriends, boyfriends, anything, and there's so many beautiful stories of people that met at Secta and also became our friends. And also through the door, for example, me and Bianca stand there. We know every single person that comes sometimes. We remember their faces, we know their names, we talk to them, we become friends. And it's such a beautiful thing and it was something that we needed so much in Dubai, and that's it. That's the core for me. I mean, at least for me,
And so, with the open air festival, this is the first time you're doing this open air, I presume. And what does this transition mean for you? Because for the longest time you've been this underground party, and this is the first time you're coming in, you're welcoming like other communities into your space. What does this transition define for you guys?
We were trying to do it for quite a long time. This place was in our vision a few years back, you know, and we were working hard into turning this place into something very special for our community. And like it was always in the back of our minds that we have to surprise our audience with something new, you know, and because locations and venues are so limited here, you know, we decided that it's time to just be outside, you know, just give this freedom of people breathe normally, not being stuck in a club, you know. And plus, you know, when you're doing events, things become same time to time, and we need to entertain ourselves as well as creatives, you know. If we keep doing one thing, we start burning out, not liking what we're doing, and having an open air event was something that, okay, yeah, finally, you know, we can feel free and create something new as well, you know. So that is one thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know, one of the core things about Sector has always been about freedom, right? Freedom to come to Sector and be who you are and do what you want to do and enjoy yourself in a safe space. And, you know, nothing else, you know, says that than being outside and in the open air, and there is a sense of freedom about that already. You know, we actually started working with the hotel here, the Jebel Ali Resort, almost about 2 years ago on this venue.
Right.
And the initial concept was actually the Jebel Ali Hotel approached us, and they wanted us to convert this into a permanent nightclub. So we spent 6 months designing this place, doing all the 3D designs, and we came up with the most amazing club that never happened, unfortunately. We got to the final decision from the top guy, and they said, no, we're going to keep it as a boat shack, or whatever.
Right.
Good choice. But, and then it was like another year or so, and we kind of revisited it and said, okay, how about we just do an event here? And there's been a couple of other events come through here, of course, and they were all great. But we had a different vision, obviously, for the whole site. You know, we wanted to build a structure within a structure. We wanted to use the outdoor area. We wanted 2 stages. We wanted to invite people from other communities and have our friends who are also doing something similar and putting in the work as well, and show them some love and bring them on board and make sure that, you know, it's not just about Sector. It is a community thing, and it's very important to us that all the other people in Dubai who are doing these similar things and putting in the hard work have the chance to be able to get somewhere as well. Yeah.
Well, what, Elisa, do you have something to add to this new transition for you guys?
No, I think, for techno also specifically, let's talk about music. Why we want to do an outdoor festival. For example, like here for this type of music, it was never done. Let's say also it's really important for us to kind of break through this outdoor market and kind of like festival market, not to be commercial. We don't want to like make it, and that's why we keep maintaining our door policy. We rather keep like having that happening and not open to become too big. That's always the point. But we need to, like Kirill said, like expand to something new and expand to the idea that daytime is also techno. You know, you can come at 2 p.m. and dance, especially for our techno. Our techno is light. It's nothing like too hard. We have like really more hypnotic vibes, and even if it's like a bit dark sometimes, we don't have that, you know, strong, like really hard kind of bass lines and stuff like that. So the music that we play can really work really well outside and can really work really well even in the afternoon. And that's where we aim for the next ones if we're going to do next ones, to even start earlier. Like we want like sunlight, we want people dancing like at 3 p.m. We want like full on, like more stages even, like change different music policy. But that's the aim. It's just, with Sector has always been about pushing new things, exploration, trying new stuff. Of course, we make so many mistakes all the time. We have so many problems all the time. Like Raj said, you know, it's always about the mistakes and we learn. But I guess, it's always good to push, you know.
I think I just like to add to that and say, like, I think for me it's more like, can we even do it? Like, coming up with an idea, like, can we actually even execute this? Like, I think for me, since we started doing Sector, like, every show that we do is like, oh shit, we just did that.
Yeah.
And then, okay, this idea, oh wow, we've just done that. Like, it's almost like every time you do it, I'm blown away. Like, I
Right.
never thought in my life that I'd ever be doing this, you know, like, this is
Right.
such a journey, you know, and I think I just take every event as it comes, but I think sometimes it's we have to stop and be like, we did this.
Right.
Because we're always just going, you know, what's the next event, what's the next thing?
100%.
It's like, I think this open air thing, because it's taken a lot of time to plan and to produce, it's kind of like, wow.
I think like it's important to know like everything is in house. Like we do everything in house. So the site design, the SCAF design, the 3D, the CAD files, building the speakers, the cabling. Like we were here like for the last 3 days putting like us physically, personally putting out all the police barriers and putting all the lights up and plugging them in. Like we don't have a huge team of people coming in putting this stuff up. We do it.
Wow. It's 5 of you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like
You got the
we've
farmer's
been-
tan on.
and that's kind of that's the collective part of it. Like
Right.
it's all of our knowledge together, and we don't have big sponsors. We don't have like loads of money coming in. Like this stuff, so we have to do everything ourselves.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
and all of that money comes in, goes straight back into Sector as well. So it's. We can't do it any other way
Yeah.
than just doing it ourselves. You know, we have to expand, of
Yeah.
course, if we want to do more.
100%.
But expand in the same way that we are now. you
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
that's
it's something like what Raj mentioned previously as well. You got to do it first. You got to bring your vision to light, and like later on, you focus on like building it up bigger, getting more finances coming in as well. I think that's very beautiful. What would you say is some of the biggest challenges you guys faced running Sector? Sorry?
There's so many.
Either or.
There's so many, and I think one of the biggest challenge, you know, that Dubai is yet, you know, to kind of fix and face is allowing events like that happen in spaces that are outside of hotels. You know, because in past year, amount of negotiations, amount of looking for new venues that would be like unconventional, that would be outside of hotels was humongous. You know, a lot of people don't know, but you know, we had few projects going on, you know, that are like, oh, let's do this, and we're starting doing it, and we're going to speak with people and speak, and then it stops on the moment that they say, okay, this is about dancing, this is about music, and I feel that in the eyes, you know, of some people, when it comes to music and dancing, it's not considered as part of culture yet.
Right.
You know, and of course, this is one of the biggest challenges, you know, that the country has. The other big challenges, again, is that, okay, let's say there's hotels, and in hotels there's maybe nice space where we can do something, but hotels don't have experience usually with nightlife.
Yeah.
They don't understand what club is. You know, they know what restaurant is, they know what bar is, they understand what lounge is, but club is a very specific thing, you know, that you're either part of it and you have experience in it, or you don't. And a lot of times we're facing misunderstanding when people are expecting one thing and then we're putting thing in another way, and they're like, oh, that's not what we expected, and it goes back and forth, and a lot of time is wasted, and like we see how things are set up, we're like, oh no, this is not what we want, and the guys are coming, no, this is not what we want, and a lot of things about our work is problem solving. I would say 90% is problem solving, you know?
I can say, just on that, for this particular venue.
Right.
So this wasn't a venue up until 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago.
You guys started building up the space.
No, it
for-
was just a shed.
Oh,
It's
it was
just a
actually-
marina,
right?
right?
Okay, fair.
And of course, we'd already signed the deal to do the event here, and then we
Yeah.
get a call going, "Oh, guys, we have to cancel because we don't have a license for the venue." Well, this isn't a licensed venue. I was like, "Okay."
You're telling us now.
So yeah, so what? Like we just cancelled everything? I was like, no, we have to get a license for the venue. And then this is something we've never done before. So this was all like last minute. I have to learn how to license a venue with the DTCM and like what do I need to do? And it ended up me and Declan transporting all of the kit here to do a fake setup like about a month ago. It was boiling hot. And we did a full setup in here. I have to pay for it ourselves, of course, all the transport, all the guys. Just to take 5 photos that then get sent to the DTCM, and then they approve it, and then we take it all down. And actually, we got a load of help from Raj and Eventify because we were out of our depth at that point. We didn't know what we were doing, and thank God we had these connections to steer us in the right direction. So thanks, brother, for that one. And then we got it, and then it was like, but it's licensed for today only, and that's it. Tomorrow it's not a venue anymore. And it's just crazy, and there's some... We haven't really dealt with this bureaucracy, the red kind of tape with venues licensing before, because we've always done it in licensed venues. So now this is like pushing us into a new way of thinking. Okay, well, if we can do it here,
then we can do
it in other places, right? And
exactly.
The sky's the limit then, really. So whatever comes next might be something even more interesting than this.
And I think that's what Dubai needs as well. Dubai needs more... what's the word? Adventurous events, like events that are pushing boundaries, because we're all bored of going to like bars and clubs inside hotels and like.
Well, everything looks the same, right?
Exactly.
Because every mainstream club in Dubai has been set up for one purpose only, and it's to sell tables, sell champagne to the highest denominator kind of people who've got the biggest, wallets, and it's boring as fuck, The music's bad. No, like I don't think the people who go to these venues even know what music is happening or what DJ is playing, or do they even care? I don't know. We have enough of these in Dubai. We don't need any more. If you like going to that, that's totally fine. Go and have fun and enjoy yourself. You are spoilt for choice. The menu's very long. But for us and the guys who like coming to Sector and the other super creative kind of events, these are the things that need to be supported and expanded, and it needs to, in my opinion, be supported from a national level as well. There needs to be some type of thing that gets behind this cultural kind of explosion and push this, because this is what's important. This is what 100%. Builds cultures in cities.
Yeah, this is the heart of the city.
Those other places don't, at all.
That is true. What about you, Alisa? What would you say is your biggest challenge?
I'd say I would go back to the community again. I'm always the community person. So it's just, for us, we had a few problems in the past when we started Secta, because we kind of were thinking that we had more freedom, and we pushed for this freedom a bit too much, let's say, but then, everything went well, we kind of we went down to almost nothing. We were on the ground and that's it, shut down, no more, it's finished, and then we managed to kind of reborn. But let's say this made us learn that this place can be really tough on that sense. So we still want to maintain the community and the values and the safe kind of aspect to it with our awarenessing, with our door policies and stuff like that. But I'd say the challenge here is that as an alternative person, as a creative person, and someone that is not your normal person that maybe goes to a mall on a Sunday afternoon, I don't know, it's to still have this kind of idea of freedom in Secta, but not pushing it too much, I'd say, but keep the community going and keep the community tight. I guess that's the biggest challenge that Sectas have been having the last 2 years. And we want to keep maintaining, how do you say, just try to keep pushing our values and make sure the people are getting it, and whomever comes is still understanding who we are and where we come from. That's what I'm saying.
What about you, Bianca?
I think one of the biggest challenges is that I think sometimes we're misunderstood or we're misconceived. I think people, and it depends if you're someone who comes to Sector a lot or not, I think people tend to, if you don't come to Sector a lot, you hear it's, this kind of super exclusive, maybe super snobbish kind of, I've heard things like that,
hard techno.
Hard techno, industrial techno, that's not the case, obviously we have a door policy, you know, and don't get me wrong, like our door policy is mixed, right? We have obviously a dress code. We don't want people looking like they're coming from the gym. I'll say that, you know, you look like you've just come from a business meeting. This is not the right, you know, be more creative, be more free, like experiment with what you're wearing. You know, we're not saying you have to come dressed a specific certain way, but feel more free to be more, you know, more expressive with what you're wearing, or attitude-wise. You know, like if you're coming to the door with attitude, that's gauged immediately. It's a no. You know, if you're coming with disrespect, we don't want people being disrespected in the venue. Like, you know, take your bad manners somewhere else. You're too intoxicated. No, sorry, we don't want, you know, sloppy people harassing people, and it's a no. You know, I think people misconceive what it means to be selective with the people that we let in, because it's not about looking a certain way. It's, are you here to enjoy yourself, to be part of the community, to have fun, to, yeah, you know, we can all maybe drink too much and create some drama. We have an awareness team to help support, but the core of why we choose who gets in is not because we want to be assholes, pardon my French. It's because we want to make sure that those who come in feel safe. And again, as a woman going out, you know, like a lot of girls come to Sector alone, and I'm so proud of that. Like girls feel that they can come out alone, and they'll be, you know, as much as we can, they'll be protected. You know, we put instruments in place to help these situations. You know, so I think for me, there's definitely a misconception about who we are and what we do and why we do it. And I think, sorry, just to maybe ramble on a little bit, I think we've grown so much, so quickly, and I think sometimes even for us, we don't understand how much of an impact we have on people. Like, the fact that people even talk about us, for me, is almost insane, like, because we're just doing it. At least for me, it's like that, you know, like
yeah,
I'm not thinking about what people are saying about us, you know, and things, you know, you hear things, you know, and it's like, wow, Jesus Christ, we've got to a point where we're on people's mind, you know, like someone who doesn't know me is talking about it, like, whoa, you know, we've got somewhere. But I think for me, it's important to like make sure people understand what it is that we're doing, you know, and why we're doing it. And I think the policy, at least for the door and for entry, for me, is something that I think we get a lot of misunderstanding on.
Fair, completely. What about you, Declan? I feel like you have a lot more technical challenges.
I'm not going to go into technical challenges too much, because again, I can speak forever about speakers. If you want to know anything, please come and ask me. I think it's about balancing what you absolutely love doing whilst trying to keep that alive with your full-time job. We all obviously have full-time jobs out of Sector. Aside, Elisa is like full-time Sector. Full on. But yeah, trying to make a balance with that is actually, do you know what the biggest challenge actually, because I was going to add on to what Bianca was saying, is it's so fast-moving. It's really hard to take a moment to just stop and be like, oh my God, what's happening? Like, did we do this? Did it happen?
Yeah.
Wow. Like for me personally with the speakers, like this is the first time these speakers have ever been deployed like this. Like, is it working? Does it it work? Like trying to find a moment to actually like enjoy it and stop thinking about all the internal routings and, you know, if are my levels too loud? Like, you know, whatever. Like there's so many things my ears are on.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a challenge to balance between like listening to the music and actually enjoying the event and being head deep into some iPad or something like that. But yeah, there's so many different personal challenges with it. But you know, when it all comes together, like you're going to see us later on this evening, like all hugging each other, like, oh my God,
it's finally over.
But yeah, it takes some time to wind down and get into that. So yeah. On that note, I think we should go to the bar.
I think we are almost done. But I think we should open up the floor. If people want to know more about the people behind Sector, do put your hands up. There we go. Okay.
Like literally anything. Like you want to know about what we
you
eat,
had for breakfast,
how much it costs. I don't know. Like where the money. Like anything you want to ask. Like we are a community event, and it is for you guys. So anything you want to know. Or maybe you know everything already.
May I?
Yeah, of course.
Just a quick one. It seems like it all grew so organically and naturally. And each piece, you're taking a bigger bite and moving forward. Have you guys started to coalesce around a vision for what Secta could be, or do you still move forward, step by step, the next little bite, the next new venue, the next open air?
I think I'm a very strategic person in general. Like, I think I love to do a workshop. Every single workshop we do, I love to like organize that. I think we've kind of started to have conversations around, because this is a different expression of Secta, right? An open air event is a different version of Secta. To this point, we don't need them ever in clubs, so it's kind of like, okay, what other ways can we create the event to make it still feel authentic to who we are, but also grow, but also maintain integrity as a brand and all the values that we have. So we've definitely, I think, had initial conversations around what we could do. But honestly, I think it's hard for us to find the time to because I think we need a long-term plan. We need a 2, 3, 4, 5 year. Like our goal should be X, and then we kind of work our way towards it. I think it's hard for us to. I mean, from my point of view, it's hard for us to to sit and plan these things. But I think as a group of people, I think we're all big dreamers, and we're all very ambitious, and we all have full faith in each other. And I think that's the only reason why. I've never doubted anyone on this, these chairs ever. It's almost like blind faith, So I think having that is amazing. We just need a plan, and then I guess we can do whatever.
Like we've actually, over the years, we've had multiple concepts and things, like this being a full-time nightclub. There's been other concepts that we've done everything for. We've worked on for 3-4 months, and ultimately they haven't panned out. And we all work very hard on them, and that's one of the most disheartening things about actually doing this. Like we can spend 3, 4, 5 months work on a project for it then not to come to life.
Yeah.
But in a very weird way, it has worked out for the best, because if one of those projects hadn't worked, we wouldn't be sat here now doing what we're doing, because we would have been
100%.
full time with that.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that means anything, but the fact that you end up where you are, and it's, to me, seems better than what would have happened if this had worked out that we really wanted before, but then we were disappointed, but then something different comes along and it's like, okay, this is better. I don't know. It's a nice thing as well. But we're always working on new projects. We still have one really big project, which is a 10-year project.
10-year project
that we're working on,
Wow.
as well. I mean, it's
Reminder.
It's
Gentle
Do you remember
reminder.
we have to get back to work on that next week, guys? By the way, so
After the talk.
yeah.
Maybe I'll join that with my kids as well.
But it's
non-existent.
it's not a club or it's a whole
Wow.
community.
Okay.
And whether it is even possible or not, we don't know. But we'd like to think it is, and that would be like the dream kind of project, right? Where we all live and work together, and it's all centered around this idea of free music and free spirits and free people to do whatever they want.
No, and I think that's so beautiful, because again, what people are experiencing right now are the projects that finished. And it takes real resilience from a team like yourselves to actually keep it going, regardless if a project works out or doesn't work out, to still keep that momentum and try to make something happen. And I just want to say you guys did a phenomenal job with organizing everything, and we can't wait to see what exactly you guys have in store for us as well. So I just want to have everyone make some noise for the Secta team over here, for Declan, for Bianca, for Elisa, for Julian, and Kirill. You want to talk about Sunflower Seeds
No,
again? Okay.
not sunflower seeds. Although here you see 5 of us. We have a whole team. You will see if you look behind. You have Sergey and Dmitry who are doing the lights. We have a whole
Shout out.
shout out to them. We have awareness
Shout to the
team. We have
Lampies,
people at the
Lampies.
door, and Mahmoud here.
Rochelle.
Also was with us. It's actually a big team. It's super overwhelming. Animation, and name it. We have
course.
so many people around us that are helping us, that are constantly around us, and who are part of our team. Yes, we're the faces of the project, but this project is not only about us. It's about all of you as well. Thank you.
100%. Everyone, make some noise for Secta. Thank you guys for joining the car conversation with Secta. And let's start the music, I guess.